We are about to witness something very, very interesting within the crypto markets, but it might not be in the way that most people are perceiving. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So the banana zone. This has been going around in the last couple months, specifically because of Raoul Pal and a lot of the individuals that actually work for him through Global Macro Investor have been also pushing the banana zone idea and narrative. Now, in my opinion, no, I don't think that Bitcoin is going to surpass $150,000, but hey, I'd gladly be wrong. But they have Bitcoin basically going to $240,000 into late 2025. Now, again, I've told you guys that I personally think that the market tops way earlier, but hey, I could be wrong and I'll accept if I'm wrong. But regardless, what we are expecting is a much larger move in the market, no matter how high Bitcoin goes. We have here what we're currently witnessing in terms of Bitcoin price action is fairly typical around the actual halving. A big pump leading into the halving, followed by a brief but sharp correction, a period of sideways chop, a final dump to nuke any remaining bullish sentiment, another phase of boring sideways trading, and eventually prices beginning to rise again. Basically, it's the boring zone before the banana zone. Patience, friends. Now here is the overall chart. Let's be honest, it's very easy to take positions in crypto, but it's extremely hard to actually have a game plan in place when the time comes to take profits. And that's exactly why I released a completely free exit plan that you can apply to literally every single position that you take in crypto. And the best part about it is that it's completely free. All you have to do to get access is go to the link down in the description below and claim your access now. What are you waiting for? Capture those profits. So they are expecting this to really start to heat up in July. I've told you guys multiple times that I'm expecting this market to really heat up in July, actually, of this year. But they're really talking about, Bitcoin going crazy, hitting, well over 80K, potentially even hitting $100,000 by the end of this year. Now, after that, they're expecting a major sell-off in December, and then we go on that massive move to the upside of well over 150,000 plus. Again, we don't know how high we're going to go. We don't know when the market's going to top. We will address that when the time comes. But what does this mean for altcoins? Well, in my opinion, altcoins just recently had a major sell-off. And I did say at the end of June that over the next few weeks, we will look back at these prices today and many will realize the opportunities that they've missed. I have sounded like a broken record for the last few weeks, just warning of what comes next. My posts have been met with nothing but negative sentiment and disbelief. Now retail truly thinks that we will never see an alt season and that the market has topped. It's absolutely wild. Now this is XRP and this is HBAR. Now both of them are having a little bit of a spike up in the market. The price doesn't really matter right now. These two will witness a major bull run in my opinion. The entire altcoin market cap is going to wake up in a large way as well. When we look at others and the market cap of others, I think it's sitting at like $250 billion right now. I foresee that hitting almost $1 trillion by the end of this alt season, which is going to take a ton of these altcoins to massive highs. And as we think about that, right, we look at both of these and I want to give you guys my reasons on why these two are about to perform in a very large way. So let's start off with XRP. Now, recently, and I did include this in a video, Peter Brent went bearish on XRP. If we go back to November of 2017, we have here XRP Bitcoin. This chart demonstrates wonderfully why I want to be long the strongest coins and ignore the crap coins. Now, he was telling us that XRP, you should ignore it, when the XRP Bitcoin pair looked like this back in 2017. Now, the Bitcoin pair for XRP looks very similar to this today. In fact, he even did post it over here at the, it was like the middle of May of this year. And we have from a pure classical charting point of view, that is, this chart looks like it is headed towards zero. And it's just so funny to me that these people will get bearish on, XRP at a time where you should actually look at the chart and say, hey, what can happen next? Let's go back in time to when XRP was this oversold on the Bitcoin pair. And let's look at 2017. Let's go look at, every single major impulse that XRP did have. And guess what? You will see that XRP is ready to wake up in a very large way. Now, also outside of this, what's supporting that move? Because, the charts just don't move by themselves. They need catalysts, they need buying pressure, they need hype, they need, speculation, because that's what market we're living in right now. Well, XRP has a ton of weight behind it right now. If we look at some of the things that Ripple just recently announced, for example, Ripple collaborates with Archix to bring hundreds of millions of dollars of tokenized real-world assets to the XRP ledger. Guys, this was a huge announcement. This was a big one, and it was right after we saw some pretty significant moves being made by Ripple around the XRP ledger. We also know that Ripple is hiring around institutional DeFi initiatives on the XRP ledger within the tokenization space. And we already know how red hot the RWA sector in crypto has been. Now, also, if we go over here to this May 17th report from Ripple, this is the Q1 2024 XRP markets report. And if we go here to the state of the XRP ledger, XLS 30 went live, which was the AMM. It was a game changer for the DeFi space on the XRP ledger. It was a great upgrade for the DEX as well. And then beyond that, right, we also saw some other XRP ledger integrations. The Axler integration, which was a huge one regarding interoperability on the XRP ledger, which is going to bring in a ton of, other, decentralized applications on it that are cross-chain. It's also going to bring a lot more eyes to the XRP ledger. Then also Zonix. Zonix announced its plans to streamline the tokenization process for real-world assets with its integration of the XRP ledger and Orchestra Finance, which went live on the mainnet. That was also another big move in the RWA tokenization sector. Then, of course, EZA launched educational modulars and initiatives to onboard its community of over 750,000 developers onto the XRP ledger and the Ethereum virtual machine compatible sidechain, which also is a big one. And then on-chain activity, guys. A lot of growth here. I mean, quarter over quarter in terms of transactions, 108% growth, 101% growth rate for the XRP burn for transaction fees. Now, there was a few negatives as well, but for the most part, we still saw transactions and the amount of XRP burned increasing well over 100%, which is very, very good news. Now, beyond that, there was also a few other updates here, and also we saw a few other announcements from Ripple. For an example, the stablecoin. This is bringing more utility and liquidity to the XRP ledger. This is also a big announcement that needs to be mentioned because they continue to say that this is actually going to complement XRP and the XRP-L. Now, that's XRP. Again, this is just in the last, 7 months. We're talking about the last 7 months, and all of this has happened on the XRP ledger. And I'm not even mentioning everything. There's still other things that I could have brought up and I could have mentioned around the XRP ledger. And it just goes to show you the types of moves that have been being made in just the first half of this year. We're in the 7th month of this year. Now, what about HBAR? What about HADA? Well, I've been making videos on HADA for a very long time, and I've been telling you guys about what I'm seeing. We are seeing significant traction around HADA. We're starting to see major changes happening around HADA. Let's talk about it. Let's first start off with the monthly average real TPS. So across the entire sector, guys, HADA is still leading in terms of TPS for the month of May with an average of about roughly 1,427 TPS. And we can see the top 3. Guys, HADA is number 1. It's crazy that this is the type of use for a network like HADA that is still under a $3 billion market cap. Fully diluted, it's still under $5 billion. Also, outside of that, riding the wave, another significant month for HADA in network analytics. The HBAR ecosystem has experienced remarkable growth over the last 12 months, with projections indicating it will process over 3.5 billion transactions this month alone. This surge in transactions is largely due to the influx of new dapps like SushiSwap Labs, for an example. And we could see the overall data regarding the transaction demand on HADA. Now, beyond this, right, let's go and look at Metrica. So year to date, in the last 7 months, we have witnessed 20.3 billion total transactions on HADA, 9,350 max TPS, 1.29K average TPS. And then if we go down here to the accounts as well, we could see that the created accounts was sitting at 1.77 million, active accounts 1.39 million. Again, just showing you the amount of demand that HADA is printing for us. It's crazy. This will only continue to grow once we see the retail sector coming back. Now, what about developers? Okay, I want to go and look at Solana because Solana is number 5 right now in this space, over $68 billion tied to it, Fully diluted, we're talking $85 billion. And guess what? When we compare this to Hedera, not only transactional wise, because obviously transactions are overshadowing Solana, but also developer side of things, let's go over here. Core developers on Solana versus Hedera. This is crazy. Now, I want to show you guys something very interesting as well, which I did include in a recent HBAR video. It's not just developers that are growing significantly on Hedera, because we could see it on the right side, we could see Solana on the left side. We now have more developers on Hedera than Solana, which is in the top 5. But if we go back over here and we go to chains and we scroll down, I think Hedera is like number 49. So TVL sitting at 105 million. That's not really the focus here. I want to show you guys the core developers, which continues to rise, right? We're still sitting at about roughly 111. But what about the commits? Over 13,300 plus commits on Hedera. Now let's also open up Solana. All right. So as we look at Solana and we go and look at the commits on Solana, we're at 287. So just to put this into perspective, this shows you how much more development is happening on Hedera versus a top 5 project. It's crazy. Now, if we also look at Q1 of 2024 for Hedera, we could see quarter-over-quarter growth. 154% active addresses, 62% new addresses daily, TVL 87%, stablecoin market cap 84%, DEX volume up 154%. We could see the circulating market cap increase 31%, nothing too crazy there. We could also see the TVL was 119.3 million. Sasha Swap's TVL grew from 60.4 million to 117 million, 94%, and accounted for 98% of the TVL. We could also see in January, the Hedera Council allocated 4.86 billion HBAR, 535 million at Q1 end to enhance the Hedera network. Hitachi, Australian Payments Plus, Mondelez International, and BitGo joined the Hedera Council, bringing the total count of the institutional network validators to 32. Again, these are significant growth metrics and announcements around Hedera, just highlighting where Hedera should technically be in this space. Usage is growing. Transactions are becoming a big spotlight for a lot of people. But guys, we're scratching the surface on where Hedera could really go in terms of those transactions. The number one thing that I really focus on when it comes to Hedera is retail. Okay, when retail comes to the space and they go and look at the GC, this specifically, they will look at this and say, I know Google, I know IBM, I know Hitachi, I know Ubisoft, I know these companies, I know these names, and they're on the GC of this project. That's an immediate retail flood because they know these names. They feel confident investing into a project that has these names behind them. So retail will look at this and say, this is a solid project just off of that alone. And that's not me saying like retail is dumb money. I'm just saying retail is attracted to names that they know of in traditional finance. But beyond that, it's not just the GC. It's not just the stats alone. It's the fact that Hedera continues to level up every single month, every single year. I've witnessed Hedera become such a massive giant in the space. I'm just waiting for the price action to catch up. So as we look at these two projects, right? If we look at Hedera and if we look at XRP, in just the last year alone, we have witnessed these two expand rapidly, grow rapidly, and it's just a matter of time until the price action is there. The number one thing to focus on is the fact that we're not yet in alt season. We're not yet at that point in time where it's ready for altcoins to go crazy, but I do think that we're getting very, very close. I think July could be the month where we start to see altcoins going absolutely crazy. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.